Have you ever thought that your behavior could be your biggest obstacle to achieving financial success for retirement? Let's talk about that right now. Hey guys, glad to be back with you. My name is Jarrett Lang, Vice President of W.A. Smith Financial Group, and we are a team of advisors dedicated to bringing you financial peace of mind with your money and your investments. And today, we're going to start a new series where we cover behavioral mistakes that we see a lot of clients make that are just as big, if not larger, than some of the normal financial mistakes that we see people make. And for this episode, confirmation bias. What is it? How does it affect you? And how can you avoid it? Let's jump in right now. I know that you're trying to avoid financial mistakes. We all want to avoid making mistakes when it comes to our money. We work hard for it. It takes a long time to accumulate it. We need it for retirement, and it's extremely important to our financial success. So we pour our heart and soul into making sure we avoid mistakes. We don't want to buy the wrong investment product. We don't want to choose the wrong financial advisor. We don't want to invest our money in the wrong order, or not invest enough, or invest too much, or take too much risk, or not enough risk. So it can get a little overwhelming at times. And there's a ton of great information on our channel about these financial concepts that you can benefit from. But one thing that I see a lot of clients overlook is avoiding the wrong behavior. And I know it might sound different, but there are big behavioral concepts that if you're aware of, they will go a long way in your financial success. Not too long ago, I went to Golf Galaxy. I had been in the market for a new set of irons. Golf is one of my hobbies. It was time for me to get a new set of clubs. Leading up to that purchase, I had made the decision, yes, I'm going to get a new set of golf clubs. That decision had been made. And so I did a little bit of research on my own. I'm the type of decision maker and purchaser where I don't pore over research, I don't do spreadsheets, I don't do consumer reports. I find something, I do a little bit of research, I'm vindicated with my decision, and I make the purchase. So I had set my sights on a certain set of golf clubs, went to Golf Galaxy to purchase them, talked to the salesman a little bit, told him what I was looking for. He did his sales pitch and said, yep, great set of clubs, you're gonna love these. I hit him on the simulator, things went pretty well. I ended up purchasing the golf clubs, walked out to my truck, put them in the back, got in my truck, and I paused, and I sat there. And I had a little bit of what we call buyer's remorse setting in. Ooh, had I made the right decision? Are these really the best set of clubs? I didn't really spend a lot of time looking at Titleist or Mizuno or Cobra. I purchased the pings. Wow, did I screw something up here? So I did what most of us do, and I picked my cell phone up and I called one of my golfing buddies who I play with a lot, who knows my game, and I said, hey, I just got out of Golf Galaxy. I purchased these new ping irons. What do you think? You know, here's what I paid for them. Here's the set I got. Here's what the guy told me about them. And nothing on the other line, silence. I said, hey, are you there? And he said, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I was just processing. I can't believe you purchased those. I said, well, hold on a minute, what do you mean? And he said, well, I just talked to Joe, our buddy who we play golf with, and he had those not too long ago, and he had them for less than a month, and he got rid of them, he hated them. And obviously that wasn't what I was looking to hear, right? So I got off the phone rather quickly with that friend, sat there for a moment or two longer, and I dialed again, another golfing buddy, went through the same spiel, only this time, the answer that I got back was, oh my gosh, Jett, you're gonna love those clubs. I talked to Larry down the road and he loves those clubs and he had rave reviews about them. I think they're gonna fit your game great. And that was the result I was looking for. I hung up the phone, I smiled, I started my truck and I drove away. And as I got to thinking about it, what just happened to me there was this behavioral concept called confirmation bias. We as people, this happens with regular consumer purchases and it absolutely happens with financial decision making. We practice confirmation bias in a way that says if we feel we've made the right decision, but there is a slight idea that it could be the wrong decision, we are going to try to confirm with someone else, someone that we trust, that the decision that we made was the right one. We do not want to hear that the decision that we made was the wrong one. We will go out of our way to confirm that our belief and that our purchase in this example was true. So how does this carry over to your financial life? How does this affect your decision making when it comes to your money and your investments? I see it in two key areas with clients. Number one is when it comes to certain investment products and investment vehicles that you can purchase, specifically when you're working with a financial advisor. If you are being told by a financial advisor to purchase an investment vehicle that you don't have a lot of familiarity with, maybe you've never owned this certain type of vehicle before, maybe you don't know a lot about it, but the advisor says, hey, Bob, Mary, this is for you. This is what you need. It'll fix your problem. It'll solve the issue that we're trying to address here. And you don't know a lot about it. What you're going to do is you're going to hesitate and you're going to say, hey, I need to think about it a little bit. It sounds really good, Mr. Advisor, but let me think about this. Let me sleep on it. And you're going to go out of that office or that meeting and you're going to do confirmation bias. You're going to call someone, especially if you know someone that has experience with either the investment that they're telling you to buy or just financial knowledge in general. And you're going to do the same thing that I did with my golf clubs. You're going to ask them about what it is, what they think of it, if they have any experience with it. And depending on what your preconceived notion is, leaving that meeting with the advisor, you either said, hey, I think I really like this and I think I want to buy it, or, ooh, I'm not so sure, I don't think that this is the right thing. You're ultimately going to confirm your decision one way or the other. Use annuities as an example. I see this a ton with advisors and clients purchasing annuities. Annuities are a very polarizing subject. If you are being pitched an annuity by an advisor and you are negative against annuities or con against annuities, you already think that they're not the best product, you read an article before that said that they weren't very good, you're going to leave that meeting, you're going to call someone that you know that had an annuity, and if they have a negative experience with the annuity, they just confirmed your belief, and you're going to walk back into that financial advisor's office and you're going to tell them that you don't want to purchase the annuity. Now, in reality, that annuity could have been the exact right product for what you were trying to do with your money, but you did confirmation bias the wrong way. It's really hard to avoid. You have to be cognizant of it. Second place I see it happen, maybe more importantly, is with actually hiring a financial advisor. Hiring a financial advisor is a tough task. There are a ton of different versions. There are a ton of different types. We have a great video on the different types of financial advisors. If you want to check it out, go ahead and click on the link and you can check that video out. But with confirmation bias and advisors, here's how it works. Oftentimes, if we're interviewing advisors and you know of another person that you trust that you would take financial advice from, that you would share financial information with, maybe a friend, a colleague, a family member, and they have a financial advisor, their financial advisor, if you were going to pick 3 to interview, is probably going to make the cut because you trust their opinion. And that is confirmation bias in and of itself right there. Now, I'm not saying don't take your friend's advice or don't be referred to an advisor, but I've met plenty of people who had a financial advisor and they were referred to that financial advisor from someone that they trust who has had nothing but a positive experience with the strategy, the investments, the recommendations, the team that they have, and they've been absolutely thrilled with the service that they provide, only to see the client that they refer to that advisor have the extreme opposite of an experience. It's timing based, it's situational based. There are no 2 financial cases that are alike. So you have to be cognizant of confirmation bias and do not let this behavioral finance issue affect you from making the right decision. Slow down your process, try to seek unbiased information. Remember, choosing the right financial advisor or the right investment product is a lot more important than picking the right set of golf clubs. Well, there you have it. There's our first episode in our new series on behavioral finance mistakes that we see people make. If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you turn your bell notification on so that you can see our next video when it posts. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.